Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on, no, not him, on the Hummer H1. One of my helpers is, I don't know what he's doing under there. We're going to go through and grease every single Zerk fitting that we can find underneath this thing. We've got our grease gun ready. I've got it filled up with a tube of marine grease. What on earth are they doing? I've got it filled up with marine grease and marine synthetic grease. I love that stuff. It works really well. And we're going to go through and grease every single Zerk fitting that we can find underneath this thing. I'm no Hummer expert. I'm just a DIY guy at home. So if I do miss any of the Zerk fittings that you guys notice in the video, please do me a favor and drop it down in the comments. But what on earth are you laughing about? If I miss any grease fittings, drop it down in the comments below. Let me know where I missed it. I'm here in the front. This is the driver's side tire. I got this spot right here greased. There's a cap on it right now, but I've got that greased. Move over to here. There's a Zerk fitting right there. I'm gonna grease that guy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to the top of this, but on top of this guy right here, right there is a Zerk fitting right there. I'm gonna get that greased. Up there, that's the upper ball joint. There's a Zerk fitting on top of it. You can definitely get to that. I'm going to grease that guy. I'm looking at the lower ball joint. I don't feel or see a Zerk fitting on it, so maybe there's not one on there. Any of your Zerk fittings that don't have a cap on them, like this, make sure you're wiping them down real clean, like this one is here, because usually they're just going to be all covered in gunk and dirt and grease. I wipe this one down. We're going to go ahead and get it done. Make sure you don't put your grease gun fitting over all of that dirt and grime, because you're going to do two things. You're going to push all the dirt into the fitting and clog it, and you're also going to get it on the inside of your grease gun. We got that ball joint done, all the stuff on this side, and I was able to get to the top of this guy. Got that done, and don't see any Zerk fittings on that. Over this way, we've got one Zerk fitting right here on this portion of the steering. We've got another one right there. We'll get that greased. Then if we move further over, we've got one on the front side of this joint right here. Obviously the upper ball joint up there. We've got one right here on this steering arm. And looks like that might be it for the passenger side front. So let me get those greased. We'll be right back. Just going through and cleaning all the fittings first, and then we'll grease them all at once. And I'm gonna put four pumps in this guy. If you grease these on a regular basis, probably only need one pump or two in each one, but I'm guessing this one has not been done in a while. Oops, that one on crooked. You can tell all the grease came out there. I wasn't fully on the fitting, so we'll clean up all that extra grease right there. One, two, three, four, maybe five, and that one right there. All right. What did I miss? One, two, three, four. What did I miss here? I got that one, that one, that one. Oh, this guy right here. Right. That one. Have to loop this around to get it on there. Go. I think that's on. We'll put, that one looks a little dry. I'm gonna put about 6 pumps in there. Was that 6? I wasn't even counting. All right. We're good there. Now we'll go back and wipe up all of these fittings, and we're going to put the caps back on, the ones that had caps. If you've got excess grease anywhere, clean it up, because all it's going to do is catch dirt and get real gross. Now let's move on to the drive shaft. We're going to start at the front. There's one Zerk right here. I'm going to get that one cleaned up. There should be, yeah, there it is. It's super dirty and it's hard to see. It's hiding in there, right there. I'm going to get that cleaned up. Perfect angle to get to it. If your drive shaft is turned around and that Zerk fitting's on top or you can't get to it, just want to roll the car back a little or forward a little until you can get to it. Let's see. Let's follow this guy down. There's usually one, yep, right on top of this. It's right there. So that's one. There's another Zerk fitting. Right, yep, there's one on this joint. It's hiding right there. We'll get to that one. And let's do these and then we'll keep going further down. So what is that? One right there, one on top of this section, one right there, and then one at that joint. Got all those done. One more thing on these universal joints. And like that one up there. And then this one back here. With those, you want to pump grease into it until you see it coming out of somewhere. So 1-2 pumps, usually not enough, especially if they're dry. Just keep pumping grease in there until you see it squirt out of somewhere, and then you stop. But on the actual drive shaft, the slip joints, like here, where you have the Zerk fitting on top, don't overfill those because you're going to end up creating like a hydraulic shock. You just want to put maybe 2 pumps in there. Don't put a whole bunch of grease in there. If you do, you're going to cause problems. Don't do that. So this is where we stopped, and then the very last one I see is that U-joint right here in the back, and my Zerk fitting is way on top on that one, and on this one, it's up there. I can't get my grease gun fitting on it, so I'm going to move the truck backwards just a little bit to get those pointing downwards. Got those two done. I almost forgot about the rear drive shaft. You got one more U-joint right here. And let's see, is there a Zerk? There's no slip joint here. So I guess there's no Zerk in there. So just one there and one there. We are at the rear suspension. And let's check where we got Zerks. There's a Zerk on top of the upper ball joint. Let's see right here. Yep, there's a Zerk on the back of this one right here. Let's see. The bottom ball joint doesn't look like it has one, but we've got a little bit of a leak right there. What's going on? Where is it leaking from? Maybe right there? Huh, one of our hub seals might be leaking on this rear. No Zerk fitting here. Might be just those two in the back on each side. I don't see anything else. Do you guys know of any other grease points back here? If you do, it would be wonderful to know. Yeah, that's about it. And I've got one more right there, same on this side, and the upper ball joint. I'm gonna get those 4 points greased, and I think that's it. I'm so glad I did these U-joints and the drive shaft. They were absolutely dry, which probably every point on this thing is. You know, it's always amazing to me how easily these Hummers rust. And it's not just these, it's pretty much every American vehicle compared to the Toyotas and the Lexuses. The Sequoia I had rusted like an American truck. Even though it was a Texas truck, it still had that, you know, that surface rust like this. This one rusts just like every other American truck. I don't know what they put as far as paint and coating on the parts with German cars and Japanese cars, but they're much more rust resistant. Once I get all the maintenance up to date on this guy, replace some ball joints, get all that stuff done, I think I might have it dry ice blasted and coated to get it all new, because it's actually in really good shape underneath. It's just, you know, frame rails and stuff, there's not a bit of rust on any of it. It's just the typical suspension components on these Hummers. All set, all done. Now it's time to clean up my tools. This is something you want to do, I would do. One thing some people ask is, okay, how often do I do this? Me personally, what I would do is the U-joints and the slip joints on the drive shaft. I would do those at every oil change. 1 squirt into the slip joints and maybe 3 squirts into each of the U-joints. Once you do them one time and you get grease squirting out of the U-joints. That's for the U-joints and the drive shafts on any vehicle. My Land Cruisers, my LX 570s, I've had all of them. Drive shafts, every single oil change, crawl under there, grab your grease gun, find all the zerks and get them greased. With all the different ones on the ball joints and the different steering components, all of those, I would do those every second oil change. And I guess by oil change, I'm thinking more of mileage intervals. So let me clarify there. I do oil changes every 3,500 to 4,000 miles, no matter what kind of car, new, old, whatever. Even our modern cars that say you can go 15,000 miles, I still do the oil changes at around 4,000 miles, give or take. And definitely on these older ones. So around 4,000 miles, do your drive shafts and your U-joints. Around 8,000 miles, give or take, do all of the other suspension and steering components, wherever you can find a Zerk fitting. This one wasn't horribly loose or noisy, but as dry as all of those were, now I'm wondering if it's going to firm up and feel a little bit better, and maybe a little bit more solid on the steering, and who knows? I mean, it's got big 38-inch tires, so it already feels kind of drifty on the highway, just because of the size of the tires, but all the steering seemed tight. Now I'm curious how much better it's gonna feel after all of that's done. And the U-joints were bone dry, completely dry. I didn't have any drive shaft noise, so there must have been a little bit of grease in there, but they were pretty dry. Luckily, there wasn't any water in there, so this thing's probably just been street driven. Sometimes, if you have an off-road vehicle and you take it through rivers and creeks and things like that, water will make its way into areas where grease should be, and that's part of why you squirt all the grease in there. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you'd like to support the channel, hit that like button below and subscribe. I'll put the links down in the description for all the tools that I use, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm always happy to help. In the meantime, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.